Hey there! Welcome to Superhero Movie Recap. Today, I will show you the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the one that started it all in 2008. Iron Man. Spoilers ahead, so watch out. We are first introduced to Tony Stark, a genius billionaire playboy who becomes the new CEO of the famous tech company Stark Industries after his father, Howard Stark, dies. Tony goes to Afghanistan to showcase his new missile called the Jericho. He goes there with his good friend, James Rhodes, also known as Rhodey, who is also a high-ranking member of the military. After the demonstration, he is ambushed by terrorists called the Ten Rings. They used a missile that Tony Stark's company manufactured to attack him, causing a huge explosion and almost killing him. The Ten Rings take Tony to a cave where he is held as a prisoner. In the cave he meets another prisoner called Yinsen, who also happens to be a doctor. Yinsen saves Tony's life by implanting a piece of tech called an arc reactor into Tony's chest. This protects Tony's heart from the small pieces of metal and debris that entered his body from the explosion when he was ambushed. The Ten Rings offer Tony and Yinsen their freedom back if they build a Jericho missile for them. The two prisoners agree and the missile is built. However, the Ten Rings refuse to give them their freedom back. Tony and Yinsen secretly build an Iron Man suit to escape the cave and get their freedom. The Ten Rings are suspicious and eventually find out what Tony and Yinsen are doing. Tony wears the suit and fights the Ten Rings. Yinsen distracts the guards to help Tony but is sadly killed in doing so. Tony thanks Yinsen for saving him, and Yinsen's last words before his death: "Don't waste your life." Out of anger, Tony destroys all the weapons that belong to the Ten Rings with the Iron Man suits and flies away. However, the suit runs out of power and Tony crashes and the suit is destroyed. Luckily for Tony, Rhodey comes and rescues him. This experience changes Tony and makes him realize how much damage his company is causing with the weapons. So in a press conference, he announces that the weapons manufacturing side of Stark Industries will no longer exist. Obadiah Stane, Tony's friend and second-in-command of Stark Industries, disagrees with this decision and tells him that this may ruin Stark Industries. In Tony's home workshop, he secretly builds a new and more powerful arc reactor and the classic red and yellow Iron Man suit. Tony's personal assistant, Pepper Potts, places the old arc reactor in a small glass showcase. Meanwhile, Stane slowly becomes suspicious of Tony as he is spending a lot of time alone in his workshop. While Tony is at a charity event, he meets a reporter who tells him that Stark Industries weapons were being used by the Ten Rings to attack Yinsen's home village. This enraged Tony, causing him to fly over to Afghanistan with his new Iron Man suit and kill the members of the Ten Rings who were attacking the village. He saves the villagers and then flies away. However, while he is flying back home, he is attacked by two military jets who mistakenly see him as a threat. Tony quickly calls Rhodey and reveals that he is the Iron Man to call off the attack, which he does. We learn that Stane has been working with the Ten Rings to kill Tony Stark so he can become the new CEO of Stark Industries. We also see that Stane now has his own iron suit of armor, called the Ironmonger, which was built using ideas from Tony Stark's original suit that he made in the cave in Afghanistan. Tony sends Pepper to hack into Stark Industries' database and finds out that Stane worked with the Ten Rings to kill Tony. Pepper meets with Agent Phil Coulson from the intelligence agency known as S.H.I.E.L.D. and informs him of Stane's illegal activities. Stane is unable to make an arc reactor similar to Tony's, so he ambushes him at his house and steals the arc reactor from Tony's chest. Tony is slowly dying without an arc reactor but manages to get the old reactor and puts it in his chest. Pepper and a few S.H.I.E.L.D. agents try to arrest Stane, but he has his Ironmonger suit and attacks them. Tony arrives with his Iron Man suit and fights Stane but is unable to keep up since his suit is using the old arc reactor for power. The two men fight at the top of the Stark Industries building. Tony tells Pepper to overload the large arc reactor that is powering the building. As soon as she does it, a huge electrical surge causes the reactor to explode, which causes Stane to fall to his death. The next day, Tony reveals his identity as Iron Man in a press conference. In the post-credit scene, The director of S.H.I.E.L.D., Nick Fury, arrives at Tony's house and tells him about the Avengers Initiative. The first hint that Iron Man was the first step into a larger universe. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.